With summer just around the corner, people are traveling around the world to make up for time lost to the pandemic. But one Kanien'kehá woman says she recently had a discouraging experience when trying to re-enter Canada via Montreal's Montréal-Trudeau Airport.
Canadians' rights follow them all over the world. Why don't our rights follow us?
Gunwatsitsawe Malosh is from Ganawage. She landed in Montreal on March 21st, returning from a trip to Las Vegas. Malosh says she noticed the automatic kiosk accepted permanent resident cards, so she figured she could use her Indian status card there. But the kiosk rejected her card, and so did a Canadian Border Services Agency official when she presented it to him.
I jokingly said, well, I'm the OPR, which is the original permanent resident. And he said, I'm not accepting that card. You need to produce a passport. I said, it's exactly like the PR card. It's almost identical. He said, no, you produce me a passport from Canada, and then you could move along.
According to the CBSA's website, Indian status cards are an accepted form of ID to enter Canada. But because it was getting late and her husband was waiting for her, Malosh ended up presenting her Canadian passport.
It trumped basically what the Indian Affairs status card said.
She said she was furious to have to identify as a Canadian instead of as Mohawk. Travel documents produced by Indigenous nations exist, like this Haudenosaunee passport, which belongs to Elder Kenneth Deere. But because the nation doesn't have a country code, which are issued by the United Nations, the passport also doesn't have a readable chip, and Haudenosaunee passport holders need to request entry into countries in advance to obtain a visa.
We know who we are, and security is our concern just as much as everybody else. So we want to be able to issue secure identification cards, and we have to do that ourselves, and we're better equipped to do that than a Canadian or American government.
Malosh is in touch with Crown Indigenous Relations and the CBSA, and she said the CBSA told her an Indian status card issued by the Government of Canada is, quote, a legitimate and valid document for entry back into the country. She recommends
intense training for not only the CBSA, but everyone to understand what it is to barricade us out of our own territory.
The CBSA did not respond to APTN's request for comment by deadline. Amelia Fournier, APTN National News, Ganawage.